He is not there to represent Battle River-Crowfoot in Ottawa. He was there to get his job back.
Anastasia says, I like Pierre. I don't agree with you all on this one. Bruce Fanjoy lied. I like the fact that Pierre came back. And it's fair. It's a fair take for sure. I mean,
Yep.
He's a polished politician for sure. As Leah says, in the Battle River-Crowfoot debate, Pierre made all the other candidates look like preschoolers. Experience and education matters.
Oh, yeah.
He did. He looked like a professional in that debate. I mean, that did stand out to me. Remember that, the PPC guy, like, I think we all cut him some slack because it is hard to talk to a group of people like that. And he's clearly not experienced, but it's not a great look. Kind of silly that it works like that, because the ability to give a speech doesn't really have anything to do with your ability to properly represent the people in your riding. But it does matter, right? When you see that kind of stumbling and bumbling, it does make it be like, I don't know about this guy.
There's no question about the fact that he's a polished politician. That's all he's been doing his whole life. Mm-hmm. He is your typical career politician. So when we watched the debate, I like Jonathan Bridges. I don't know what he stands for. I don't know the guy personally. I've never talked to him. I invited him on the show. He never responded. I saw what he did to be genuine. Now, what is it that you want? Here's what Battle River-Crowfoot voted for yesterday. A guy that will never be present in their riding. He's admitted himself that he'll never be there. He is not there to represent Battle River-Crowfoot in Ottawa. He was there to get his job back. Yes. If you wanted a guy that was there to probably help you do his best, is he a career politician? No, but he is one of you. Part of the commoners. He's just a regular dude that's trying to do the right thing. That's the type of guy that would have worked for you in Ottawa. I understand both sides of the equation. I understand where people are coming from. But what do you want at the end? Do you want a career politician that's not even there for you? Or do you want a guy that lives there, that's part of the community, that understands the reality that Battle River-Crowfoot faces every day, and that will fight for you in Ottawa? That was basically the choice yesterday that people made. Because I got to give credit to Pierre Poilievre. He didn't lie. He never said that he's always going to be there. He mentioned it, like, obviously, a la Pierre Poilievre and as a politician. But he did make it clear that he's not going to be there.
No.
So what do you want as a politician? I don't want a career politician anymore. I'm tired of career politicians. I want to see politicians start flipping table and losing their shit in Parliament. They're getting so pissed off that they're getting escorted by security if that's what happens. This at least would show me that people care, because I'm tired of seeing the opposition exposing some really bad practices from the Liberals, showing us a scandal, and then 2 days after it's gone. Nobody talks about it anymore. I'm tired of an opposition that won't even talk about Bill C2, for example, that we've heavily covered up to now and will continue to cover it. Never approached it. Poilievre has never talked about it. I think there was one person in their party that talked about it, and she didn't even talk about it to the point that it should have been spoken about it. So again, what do you want? I'm tired of seeing this type of politicking. I'm ready for some regular commoners dudes that are just going to fucking flip tables and lose their shit because they're tired of what Canada's become. And I'm one of them. It saddens me that my son will not experience the Canada I grew up in. I say this all the time, but I mean it. It really bothers me because Canada was awesome in the 80s. I can't think of a better place to grow up. I don't think I wouldn't have wanted to grow up anywhere else. I got to just be Canadian, play in the woods, get injured, and just play hockey, play basketball, play all the sports like just a regular kid did. And unfortunately, my son's not going to experience that.
To your point about local representation, I feel like most people don't think of elections that way. No. Technically they should. That's technically how we're supposed to. But I think most people vote for the federal party first, and whoever they put as their representative is who they're going to actually vote for. I don't think they care one way or the other. The reason the numbers are pretty much the exact same is because the Conservatives who voted for Damon Couric, I think they just looked at it. They realized, clearly the Conservative Party wants Poilievre as leader, so it's our job.
One of my buddies used to say that he never votes in federal elections. All he votes in municipal elections. He knows who's on the board of every single committee. He knows who runs the school board. He knows the mayor. He knows everybody that works for the mayor because that's where he lives. Those are the decisions that will impact his life on a day-to-day basis. And unfortunately, like you mentioned, it's not something that we're trained to understand. Like we see the federal level, and that's both in Canada and the US. We're no different when it comes to that, in my opinion. But we forget the part that where we live every day is really where it's going to matter for you and I. Like who's fixing the roads, who's teaching your children, who's taking care of your municipal taxes, who's deciding what to do with those municipal taxes. So,
well, it's like they say, all politics are local, but I think most people don't see it that way. I think they see it as a federal thing.
It's not as catchy, right? It's not, you don't get to see it on all the news station. People rarely speak about local representation. Most people have no clue who their mayor is.
Yeah.
They have no clue.
That's true. That's true.
Yet we know the party leaders, yet they have no clue who their mayor is. They have no clue who runs the school. Nope. They have no clue. Yet it's where that matters.
Yep, that's a good point. And I think to the extent that grassroots activists, as annoying as they are sometimes, that's what they get right, is they understand that local politics is where where real change is most easily affected. Anastasia says, I could see Aaron Gunn, Lawton, Jamal Jivani. Yeah, these are all good names. I think they could all do great things. Let's give Pierre a chance. If not, there are a few others I could lead. I mean, I do think that he's on the clock now. I think, I think he has to actually do things now. He'll probably get one more election, assuming he doesn't mess up and assuming he can hang on for 3 years or 4 years or whatever it is. But I think this is basically his last shot. He's probably gotten more shots than I think he deserves, but he's got it. So, maybe he's some brilliant strategic tactician behind the scenes that we don't see, and he's just got the Conservative Party wrapped up. It kind of seems like that, but for better, for worse, I mean, he's there now. So I guess, as Anastasia says, we'll give him a chance.
Is it I can't remember, it's either in September or January that the Conservative Party has a vote of confidence for their leader, which is Pierre Poilievre now. So I don't remember which one. Is it in September? I'm trying to look it up right now. I can't remember if it's January or September, but they're definitely going to have a chance. Hopefully it's in January, not in September, because I would like to see him try for a few months, try to convince people. It's not a vote of no confidence. It's the January Conservative vote. Yeah, they're gonna it is in January. That's what I thought. So
it's a new lead. Now, I mean, after all of this, they're probably not going to dump Pierre, right? He's probably going to win that. But it'll be interesting to see.
I don't know, but it's the membership that votes. Leadership review. That's correct. It's not a vote of non-confidence. Perfect. We got some smart commenters, but it'll be interesting to see just
how that vote
the
goes.
Conservative Party as a party. Do they still endorse Poilievre? Because right now, I agree that as we stand, maybe you have a Jivani that could be different. You have a James Gunn that could be different, but there's really not much on the Conservative Party that stands out. And again, it's surprising because with social media, it wouldn't be hard for a conservative MP to just stand out. I heard of Jivani because of a post that I saw online, and it got passed around, started going viral. I'm like, oh shit, I like what that guy stands for. So again, it's possible.
The H1 or not the temporary foreign worker program.
Yeah, okay. The guy that had no hair, no eyebrows, like he had some type of cancer that he was battling. Yeah, that's him. I like him. I actually quite like him.
Yeah, I thought he sounded pretty good. Where is it here? I think Bumpy said, yeah, I agree with this too. He's pretty, like you said last night, he's green. He's pretty, I think he's a first term MP, right? He wouldn't be able to take over leadership right now.
But at the same time, man, how many times have I been given opportunities in my professional life working for the man not because I was ready, because my new boss or the guy that recruited me saw something, saw potential, and believed in baptism under fire. And I believe in baptism under fire. If you think you can do the job, give me a chance. I'll show you that I can do it. But on paper, you might not agree, right? But you gotta take a chance. So I'd be ready to give a chance to a guy like Jivani instead of a Pierre Poilievre and see what he does.